Hello, welcome to the Hawthorn Cottage Podcast. Today is Sunday the 6th of August, and your eyes are not deceiving you. I am podcasting again 2 days after an upload, but this is a very short video and it's to recap the events of yesterday, which was the Yarnfolk Festival of Wool, Northern Ireland's first wool festival, and it's to tell you about a giveaway. I'm Kate. You can find me on Instagram as Kate_Hawthorncottagecraft, on Ravelry as ARunnerBean. We have a Ravelry Group, Hawthorn Cottagecraft Podcast group, and you'll need that for later. And I do have an Etsy shop, which is Hawthorn Cottagecraft, and there I sell project bags, but we're on holiday mode at the moment. Yesterday, as I said, was the Yarnfolk Festival of Wool, Northern Ireland's first wool festival, and it was a fabulous day. Whitehead was buzzing with people. People came from far and wide, the length and breadth of Ireland and from further afield to experience this new festival. The weather was in our favour. It was a beautiful sunny day for the most part. We did have a couple of heavy showers, but those were easily dodged, I think. There were a great variety of vendors. It was wonderful to see all the local talent, all the local dyers from throughout Ireland. A lot that I knew, but a few that were new to me and that are fairly new dyers. And also for me a treat was seeing Skein Queen. She had come across from England, so it was lovely meeting you, Debbie. And there were workshops for dyeing, natural dyeing and beading, and it just was a really fun-filled, packed day. Thank you to the organisers. You did an amazing job. Thank you to Louise from Lighthouse Yarns, to Tracy and to Terry from Fine Fish Yarns. They came up with this idea, they ran with it, and it was, in my opinion, and I think from what I gather from everyone else, a great success. We had a great day's chat. Thank you so much to everybody who came up to speak to me, to chat to me. Got some photographs taken. I am quite hoarse today. I talk a lot, and I talked a lot yesterday. I'm very tired today. Today is going to be a very relaxing day. But I wanted to get this out to you. There will be a series of photographs and video at the end. There's not very much footage, but there's a little bit, and you'll get to experience a little of what it was like. The other reason I wanted to show this today was because I can show you the finished object that I finished a few months ago, but that was in connection with the festival yesterday. Carol Feller designed a shawl for the festival, which is exclusive to those who bought tickets and were there yesterday, but I think, as far as I'm aware, will become open to the general public at some point in the future. But she designed a beautiful shawl, and I wasn't able to show you the finished object. I was able to show you little bits and pieces, but I can show you the finished object today. And the shawl, in my opinion, is stunning. I love it. It is absolutely massive. This is part of it, and then it gets longer and longer and longer, and it is very squishy and warm. It was knit with Carol's own range of yarn called Nua in her Hatter's Teal Party colourway, and it's a sport weight yarn. As all shawls, I'm sure you could knit with any weight of yarn, just depends on the size you want it to be, but to me it was a real treat knitting it with the Nua, and I think it's very it looks very effective in the Nua. It was on display yesterday in Lighthouse Yarns, and although I, as you know, tend to style my shawls very simply, that's the way I would probably wear it, and it's large. It goes down past my waist, goes down to my legs. But yesterday it was styled beautifully with a large shawl pin here, and it was very effective. So a knit along started yesterday for those who are, were attending the festival, and I'm delighted with it. I think it's beautiful, and I'm very glad that it's now back with me, and I can enjoy that. So that was the Yarnfolk Festival shawl, which I have discussed knitting in the past. And the other main thing of this little mini episode is the giveaway. In episode 13, I said I wanted to do a giveaway to celebrate the Yarnfolk Festival. And I'd already gathered a couple of little prizes, but I also wanted to gather up some more yesterday, and that I did. So I want to show you the prizes, and then I'll tell you how you're in with a chance to win those. I think I told you in episode 13 that I had this bag, which is from This Is Knit, the yarn shop in the Powers Court Centre in Dublin, and they were featured at Yarnfolk yesterday. Jenny and Lisa had come up. They own This Is Knit, and Jenny is the dyer behind Townhouse Yarns, the resident dyer in This Is Knit. So I have this bag, and in this bag there are lots of little goodies, and they're all going to one person. So in the bag we have a needle gauge and a swatch gauge from Townhouse Yarns. Jenny very kindly donated this. And all the prizes, all the makers will be listed in the thread that's in the Ravelry Group for the giveaway, and I'll put in links to all of the makers there. So if you want to know more about them, that's where you look in the thread. So there's the gauge, there is a packet of stitch markers that are seaside based because it was Yarnfolk and we're on the coast in Whitehead, seaside, and those are from You Mama, who I've talked about before. She has an Etsy shop, she is local. So stitch markers from her. We have this kit from Unbelievable. It was lovely seeing Samantha again. I'd met Samantha at Fibre East last weekend, and she had come over from England to do the festival. And this is a blank, a double-stranded blank for socks, so that you can knit identical striping socks. So I picked that up at her stall. She has a beautiful array of colours in her shop. That was Unbelievable. So you can knit some socks. I also got a beautiful stall called Knit It, Hook It, and Faye had come over, and her stall had beautiful bits and pieces, soaks and yarn bowls and greetings cards, and everything was knitting or crochet related. And I thought these were lovely little tags that you can attach to your gift knitting that says that the person is knitworthy. They've been deemed knitworthy. And on the back you can give the person that you're giving your knitting to some care instructions so that they know how to look after their wool. So this little pack of tags is in the pack. There is a mini skein from Green Elephant Yarns. Here's a local Irish dyer that a lot of you may know, and this is called Fairy Door, and it's her 4-ply sock merino nylon, so a 20 gram mini skein. There's quite a lot you could do with that. And last but by no means least, Bear in Sheep's Clothing. Bernie and Derek are new dyers, and they have flown with their new company, Bear in Sheep's Clothing, and they dyed this beautiful skein specially for Yarnfolk, and it's called Yarnfolk Are the Best Folk. So true. And they do a lot of local yarns, British yarns, and this is Blueface Leicester sock yarn. So it's 75% BFL and 25% nylon, and it's just a vast array of colours. They have a podcast if you want to look it up, Bear in Sheep's Clothing, and there they talk about their new yarns. So they donated this skein to the prize draw, and that was very kind of them. So not a bad pack. There's also, as I said in episode 13, a pattern prize in the pack as well. So there's plenty to do. You can actually use possibly use this yarn for the pattern, and it is the Follow the Butterflies pattern by Cozy Cute Knits. Naomi is a local new designer here, and she has kindly donated that to the podcast. So all the pack is there as a prize. And what I asked you to do is to go over to the thread, the Yarnfolk giveaway thread in the podcast group. Please be a member of the group. If not a subscriber to the podcast, at least be a member of the group. And answer the prompt, which is, and I've forgotten it, which yarn festival that you have attended is your favourite, which you could recommend to everyone, or which yarn festival would you like to go to if you haven't been to any. It's lovely to hear all the ideas. A lot of them recur, we hear about the same, but it's nice to hear about new ones that are maybe new to a lot of people, and we'll all get different ideas about what we can go to. So please pop over to the thread and answer the prompt, and I will close the thread at the end of August, August the 31st, and then I will do random number generator to see who wins this fabulous prize. I'm quite jealous that you're getting all this, but I will give it away. That's really all I have for this little mini episode. Stay tuned if you want to see the photographs of Yarnfolk, and in 2 weeks' time hopefully we'll have a normal podcast again. See you soon.